to finish everything, so it'll be.
Yeah, so now, so we're in 2020. I've written all of my. I've written. Yeah, I probably haven't taken you through as well, but
No, it's fine. We'll summarize it and then.
So 2020 was the year of writing.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote for months, up in the uni bedroom. Is everything all right? You ain't been recording nothing.
Not the audio. Audio's not been recording.
It killed me.
It's cool. We'll start now.
Did you start now?
So what? Video's been recording, not the audio.
But we've got audio from there, though.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll summarize at the end, innit? Piss take.
It's okay. We'll keep rolling. We got that audio, thankfully.
Yeah,
like you can still really use that, but it won't be as good.
Yeah, it won't be as good.
Is that audio good or not?
Yeah. It's phone camera audio. It's not the best. It's not like having
No, that one.
No. It's better than that, but it's not like having mics.
Yeah.
But look, we'll
waffled a little bit anyway, but it's fine. A little bit. So look, let's go.
Okay.
Right, are you going now?
Yeah, we'll record audio now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, audio is recording now. I can see it now recording.
Praise God. Okay. So
podcast is hard, bro. It's hard.
I know.
When you don't have a producer and you got to do all
this. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
But cool, okay.
As long as because we said some good stuff in there. That's it. And I ranted a lot, but I also gave a lot of good stuff. But maybe it's for the best. Who knows? Okay. I talked a lot of stuff.
Fair enough.
And I took a shot at my bedroom. 20. Let me go through.
All right.
2020 is the year of writing. Mm-hmm. I write. Mm-hmm. I go to uni. Mm-hmm. I'm day in, day out. I go to uni in the evenings. I check my book. It's at 70,000 words, September 2020. And I'm checking it over, reading it over, checking it over, reading it over.
You're 18, 19, yeah, first year.
I'm 18. I'm 18. Jules J. Foreman told me, my dad just said, make sure you read your stuff and you know that it's what you want. Because that's what you need. You need to...
Publisher.
No. This is just mainly me. Okay. I haven't contacted publishers at this point. This is still 2020. I haven't even handed the final. I hadn't even handed the final piece to Jules yet. I was just going, bro. I'm at 70,000 words, so we jumped from 10,000 to 70,000, 60,000 over. And I actually wrote a good portion of this on my phone as well because my laptop broke. I wrote like 40,000 words on my phone because I was in love with the art. Once I picked up a pen, I couldn't put it down, and I was writing about anything, everything, and everything that had truly inspired me. When coming towards the end of 2020 now, ideas continue to keep coming in, but at the same time, if you keep doing that, you will write for 5 years. That's the truth. And some people write for 5 years, but I know I didn't want to do that.
Then you still have to put a timeline on yourself.
You need a timeline, bro, because you can't just
go into
just going. So then, even my dad was like, "Look, just put a cap on it if you can." Said, "Calm." January 30th, January 31st. I went ballistic. I wrote like 30,000 words in that time. That's where you made the jump from like 90,000 to like 127,000 somewhere there. And that is where I formed another chapter called Album Mode, where I was locked in. I was waking up 7 a.m. most days. You know, it was lockdown still, by the way, and COVID's happening. So I'm doing uni, I'm writing, and I'm just trying to just do what I can. I'm working out from home, but I was never serious about gym these times. We'll get into gym later though.
Okay.
And I went ballistic, and I went ballistic with it, and I was phone off, no Snap, no Insta, and I didn't have socials, thankfully, and I was just going, bro. I was going, and I finished it. I missed my deadline by like a day or two because I was just spazzing crazy, and I sent it to the editor before I was ready because I just wanted to make my deadline January 31st. You
sent it to the editor?
Yeah, this is when I sent it to Jules to say, take it, read this, let's begin the process. So January 31st, 2021 is where I actually just said, okay.
I thought you said the editor was like Julius, a woman.
Jules, yeah, the editor is Jules.
Oh, Jules. Okay,
I sent it to Jules. Okay. Jules, editor, same thing.
You sent this the final version?
The final draft of the first draft.
Okay.
No, it's the
final
first
version of the first draft.
Yes, it's the first draft.
So you've done what you wanted to write. You sent her the first draft.
Yes.
And then if she makes changes, then you start to
Then we start to work.
Okay, yeah.
So I sent it to her prematurely. I set myself the deadline after January 31st. I'm somebody who is quite dedicated to deadlines, but I wasn't ready. I rushed it. I really did rush it, and I didn't read through and do this, all that. So then I told her, I emailed, went to bed, but I didn't feel like I could rest. I slept, but I didn't rest. You know when you do an assignment sometimes, and you know you didn't do what you meant to do and all that. So then I was like, give me like a day or two. Took my time, sent it over like February 1st or February 2nd. I think it was February 1st. Gave myself that day, gave myself that grace. because I didn't feel comfortable with it, and I'd been going crazy on that keyboard, bro. And then she got it, and then I could rest. You know what I'm saying? I could rest. When you reach that level of like, rah, we done it. You've reached the top of the hill. You done the run. You done the marathon. Now you chill. But then you rest for a bit, and then boom, sooner rather than later, all right, we need to change this. We need to change that. But obviously, she wasn't ridiculous with it. She just helped me with understanding what I needed to do and what we could do, what was option. It's my book at the end of the day, and it's self-publishing. If I want to just say publish that as it is, you can. But they're trying to help you create art, a storyline, something cohesive. So that's what happens. And then, I can't remember when I got in touch with Words by Design, but I told them October 9th is my release date. Let's work towards that. Because remember, they're a company. They're trying to work with other people, other authors. And if you're later, then they'll work towards that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Words by Design are the ones who helped me with regard to, they're the ones who made the cover itself. Obviously, I went for a photo shoot with
Illustrator. That's what they call it, illustration. Yeah,
they did all of that. But everything you see is my idea. Me looking up to the world, me wearing the suit, all of that. That's all me. I tell them what I want, and then they make it for me, essentially, which is a fun part of the whole thing.
My understanding is, cool, you've got a editor who helps you basically look at the book in like a English teacher sort of way, but she'll help you restructure things, which is what
a bit of restructuring, not English teacher way. Now that's not too.
They're not going to look at swag or kind of thing, but they'll not too much. It's more so the order. They formed the English teacher, but now you're speaking to a business person. What does the publisher tell you in terms of how to publish a book and what they're going to do and what their role is? And
they deal with the back end, man. Like it's genuinely they deal with the back end stuff. They just say, look, we'll edit it for you, have a read through. You just at that point you read a lot of it because you've done the labor. That's all.
Well, you don't involve yourself in the back end.
There's nothing to be involved in the back end. We pay. That's why we pay you.
So did you pay the publisher then?
You have to pay the publisher.
How much did you pay them?
A lot of money.
What's a lot? Because remember, I want to know mechanistically from A to Z how somebody gets their book published.
Well, my book is big. And it costs a fair amount of money to do it. It was like 2.5 bags.
2.5K. And what is that? Does that get you a certain number of books printed or?
That's just to make it, bro.
To make what?
The book.
To make this?
One copy? Yeah.
One copy can't cost 2,500. Well.
25 bags. It can. Because you got to understand what goes into making it.
Yeah, but when you, like any business in bulk, when things are in bulk.
All the editing, all the time.
They're not going to take one, like for example, they wouldn't. I'm sure it might cost them £1 million if they turned on the whole factory just to make one iPhone. But they make most. So I want to know what does the publisher.
I can't remember how. I probably bought a package because I bought a set copy of books.
We're talking so 1,000, 10,000.
So look, it cost me about £5.30, simpler terms, to purchase one copy. If I buy 10 copies of this, that's gonna cost me about
not £53.50.
It would about that much
to buy this off of what, Amazon?
No, I buy it at a lower price, obviously, because it's my book.
Oh, so that's the price per book
for me
from the publisher, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My book costs £12.
Okay.
I buy it for 50. I make about 120.
Right.
About 50, £70 profit.
Yeah.
That's how it worked for me to make the book in all its entirety. 2 bags. 2.5 bags, fam. It's a big book. But somebody had to edit and read the whole thing. G.
So how many books do you get for that 2.5 bags that you paid the publisher?
Hey? Well, how many?
Does the publisher not publish like 2,000 books and then you buy that off them?
No, because this is self-publishing. You choose whether you want to buy. They make the book for you. Oh, they make the book for you. That's why I'm telling you.
They physically print the book.
Physically print it, edit it, language, they like formatting, all the formatting and all that you see in that.
Everything that comes to making the book,
the physical, what you read and see. Yeah, even online, even what I have all online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like all this, the font, them, the structuring, them, the big T on a chapter, them.
Okay, right.
All of that, them.
Again, but does that not get you a certain amount of books?
What do you mean? No, you have to purchase your books.
So you get 2.5K to get all the online and all of that font stuff, and them to publish the book.
Yeah, they're a production company. They make your book for you.
Yeah, but say I've met people that make clothing brands, right?
Yeah.
They design their clothes. They get sample materials from different companies.
Yeah.
They test it. They contact the manufacturer. Like one guy I had on the podcast, he did a clothing brand called Dark Arts Club.
Yeah.
He goes Nottingham Trent University, and he explained the whole process of how he makes the clothing. He said, 400 GSM copper, blah, blah. I see the inside of the hoodie and see what sheds, what doesn't shed. I wash each material a few different times. See, do you know what I'm saying? They quality test and all of that. But he designs the clothes, etc. He does the marking. But to actually get the clothes made, he's going to pay a manufacturing company. Once he's picked his company that he wants to have his clothes made, he's going to get a manufacturing company to make the clothes. So although he didn't tell me, my understanding is with most clothing companies, you pay a certain amount for a bulk order of your clothes. Even though they're your clothes, they make the clothes, you pay a certain amount for a bulk order. So maybe for his tracksuit, it's 2 pieces each, top and bottom, let's say 200 of each, so 400 pieces of clothing in total, but 200 tracksuits, right? He might pay a certain amount, then he'll upcharge when he sells it, so for higher than what he purchased it from the company. What I'm understanding from you is you pay 2,500 for them to publish the book, and then you got to pay for each copy. Is that what you're saying?
Because where do you go to buy my book? Their website.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. I thought it would have been. I know some people they purchase 1,000 books maybe, and they have that in their house, and they maybe sell it through Amazon.
I'm also on Amazon, yeah.
But then, do they sell it through Amazon or do you?
They put it on there for me, I believe, and then Amazon and I have. Everything's through my publishers, so they still pay me. They pay me for a lifetime. I sell 1 million copies. We both make money.
Okay, so it sounds to me like
I sell 1 million copies.
Yeah, of course.
They make £1 million, and I've made good bread at that point.
No doubt.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Doubt.
They make £1 million if I sell 1 million copies, because they get £1 per copy of this, which is decent.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. So my understanding then, from everything you've told me, is that you pay them to publish the book, and then you pay them for each copy, and then
if I want copies, physical copies like these, obviously I paid for that. Oh no, somebody, I paid for that. I paid for these, so this cost me, just less than £10 or £10 or something, but you make £24. That is how that works.
Yeah.
I can, if I have an event going on, I need to buy 30 copies. Cool. Tony, can you get me 30 copies? Right, here's your order now. Invoice, pay it by the end of whenever. Cool. Boom, ship. That's how it works.
Well, calm. Fair enough.
And that's how it works within the area of self-publishing. I don't know the other area of Penguin and whatnot. I haven't had that. I've never had a book deal before.
Yeah.
So
what's a book deal then?
It's probably where you have. I can't speak on it too much, but from what I understand, it's where you have a manuscript where a company thinks it's that good and it's gonna sell. They want to publish it for you. You don't pay nothing, but they take a lot of your bread though.
All right.
Because my dad got a book deal for Leading Like Madiba, and that thing went. He sold that. He got that's translated in like 5 to 6, maybe even more languages. That's in different languages. That's worldwide. That's big man have that book. I think his name is, what's his name? Joseph Maxwell or someone. One of these big leadership man have his book and quoted his book in an audio book. I just can't remember his name, unfortunately. I'd have to research and know who it was. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Is everything all right?
Then cool. Do you know how many copies you sold?
Yeah.
How many?
How many do you think I sold?
Are we talking hundreds, thousands?
Now just say a number.
Well, I don't want to give a random guess. Are we talking?
Do you give a random guess, man? Just give a random guess.
500 copies.
Close enough, to be fair.
600.
No, close to the realistically, what I did is sell out my bag, bro.
Okay.
I bought copies in bulk.
Right.
Go up to people. Sorry. oh, my boy, what you saying? This is and that. Oh, hi. hello, whoever you are. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, what do you do? Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
right.
Oh, by the way, I'm a writer. Say no more. Oh, here it is. I would pull out my book anywhere and everywhere because when I pull out my book to you, that's a different thing of, oh yeah, I'm a writer. Oh, I've got a book. People don't even believe more time that you've got a book more time until they see it.
Yeah.
So that was really what I was doing. Bro, I went to America, sold like 30 books within a week, 2 weeks,
Okay.
but out the bag though. And that is a bit of a disadvantage for people who want to write because Amazon can't track that. Yes, I bought from my publishers. Oh, Nair's got 30 books. Boom. He's sold 30, made however much. But that ain't up in your score in your Amazon retail. And
I'm assuming then you have to,
best selling.
what a lot of people do is or unless you're a famous author or something, books aren't like a movie where it can go, or a show where it can go viral kind of thing. Like
Depends. It all depends. It depends on the hands it gets in. You know what I mean? A book at the end of the day is timeless. So this could blow up when I'm 50. It could blow up when I'm 60. It could blow up next year. But it's timeless.
But you wouldn't. I don't know how it works for books, so to speak. But there's no paying for marketing kind of thing.
There is. It's all about It's all about market. Right now, what we're doing now. This is some form
like paying for marketing, like a marketing in the sense that if I wanted to launch,
you can. There's so much stuff on socials you can do that.
So what can you do?
The bare of these Instagram companies message me and
really
all of that, yeah. But I didn't want to do that because
Fair enough.
they want bread and this and that, and I wanted to do it my own way.
No, I
but
get
bare
you.
these companies message you because they see you're doing your thing, and there's so much trade and there's so much trade available. If I really want to, let's push it. Let's get 100 copies. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe I put £100 down. Some of this 90k, 100k or whatever Instagram account. Oh, push your book. You can market anything and everything whenever you want.
Why did you choose not to do that?
It's bread, fam. It costs 2.5 bags to make the thing alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there was no need to do that at the time. But you never know. Could do it later at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
But that in itself is a ridiculous accomplishment, to be fair.
I appreciate it, bro.
Like I said, Patrick told me you should get this guy on. He's written a book. And I was telling my boy that I do the podcast with, you don't hear much these days about people writing books. So don't want to cost you too much in it. But just because we're recording the audio on the mics now, could you give a quick summary from how you started to how you got this out?
And I appreciate it. So let's go back. It's March 2020. COVID's happened.
We don't have to drag it.
I'm not gonna drag it. And that's the thing. I'm a waffler. I'm sorry. I'm a man of many words.
No, it's cool.
My boy Gilbert Healy. Shout out Gilbert, man. Love you, bro. Man's changed the tone now. Nah, but shout out Gilbert. Gilbert was a guy who did music. He was a creative. He was doing his thing. And at the time, COVID happened. Ain't got no exams. Lockdown happens. COVID happens. Boris says no exams. Now what do? I've got 24 hours free time. I'm on a FaceTime call with Gilbert Healy. Shout out Gilbert for real. Bro goes, you should write a book. Obviously, I'm like taken back by what he's saying. I'm like, write a book about what? Bro goes, walking around his house, chilling on FaceTime as you do with a man them. He goes, I don't know, write about your life maybe or something. Leave the conversation there. One of the following mornings, I write the first chapter of this book called GCSEs. GCSEs is chapter 19 in this book. It's all about how I experienced growing pains with two of my closest friends at the times. Their names were Warren and Tomaz. And it's all about how things changed over time as, you begin to get more serious about life and your friends don't necessarily take
or respect you for that.
Yeah, take that too easy. And I quoted the bar by, Mr. Santan himself. I used to have loads of friends. Me and them went different ways. Some man want to drink and party. Me and them got different aims. As soon as you cut man out, people say you changed. Nothing changed here. Same player, different game. I use that as my quote to start off my chapter, and I spoke my truth. And that's what formed the first chapter of the book. That's why I wrote the book. And the book is all about inspiration. It's all about inspirational people, places, events, life stories. And the main aim of it is to try and inspire the reader to reach their highest potential. It's a self-help book in some form, but it's based upon my life stories and all the people I look up to.
Fair enough, bro. That's cold. I respect that.
I appreciate it,
I
bro.
respect that. And you gave some copies to the library, didn't you?
Yeah, so that copy there that you're holding is the
And I think there's
university.
even a note on it as well. Dear
Read it.
Leicester University, I'm honoured to donate copies of my books inspired to the great university. My donation is a way of showing gratitude to the university for its great service of education. I like the bum licking. I'm currently undergoing and will continue to undergo. I hope that the stories written in this book will go on to inspire many that decide to read it. And then they'll be 29th of... Wow. So just when I got into uni, which I still find mad, and you did this in...
2021, bro.
This must have been your second year that you donated this stuff.
Donated it, yeah. As soon as that came out, I was running around the city, bro.
Fair enough.
I was running around the city getting it there. So
Is there this note on every book that you donated? You wrote this note.
probably wrote, yeah. So one of them that is for leisurely reading. I literally picked that up upstairs.
'Cause I think by the chance of you just having picked this up, I'm assuming you must have wrote this on each one that you donated.
Yeah, the other one's in special collections next door.
Okay, all right. I was in
That
special
is
collections the other
special. To be fair, like, bro, when I'm dead, that's still gonna be there. So
day. That's cold.
yeah.
That's cold.
But yeah, that's the university one. So
But
you
like
can
I said, that's an accomplishment. And I'm gonna make sure to clip that as much as I can because, again, bro, whatever way you wanna chop it, there ain't many 17 to 19-year-olds writing
doing
books,
that thing,
and
yeah.
there's even less black people writing books.
Nah, I appreciate it. Bro, I appreciate being here, man. Shout out Magnum Opus. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate that, bro.
And
Thanks for coming, even to be fair.
bro.
But,
I'm here to talk. I'm here to chat life.
Yeah.
You know, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about life, bro.
Fair enough. Speaking of, we want to talk about life.
Yeah.
Before we got into the building,
Yeah.
me and you were talking about your parents.
Yeah.
And you wanted to keep this for the podcast, innit? So
Yeah.
we're talking now. I think it was something along the lines you said, your parents networked a lot and they did bits. And now you just even told me your dad wrote books, which you didn't mention before.
Yeah,
and you said
but
they came here
yeah.
in 2002.
You should do your research, bro. You should do your research of
I
who
don't
you're
know your
talking
parents,
to.
innit?
No, but if you research me, you would have found my
I didn't even
stuff.
know you could be Googled, to be fair. Can you be
Oh,
Googled?
anyone could be Googled.
Anybody could. A lot of people. Okay, but do you have a Wikipedia page?
Google me right now, bro.
Okay.
Google me right now, bro.
Okay.
Google Neo Kalunga Banda, bro. I'm there.
And, but okay,
Even just Google the Kalunga Banda name, bro. We all there, bro.
really? Okay.
Google it. Guys,
Alright.
Google it. Go Google it right now.
Right, you're Googleable.
I'm Googleable. I ain't got no Wikipedia, though.
If you get Wikipedia, you're somebody in life. You're in
I guess
history
so, innit?
books, yeah.
Anyone can create one, to be fair, but...
No, but if you got people writing Wikipedias about you, you're in the history books. You're somebody.
Yeah, but Wikipedia is also, you know, you can edit that.
But they ain't got random Wikipedias about our next man, Dan down the street.
Yeah, sure.
Even if Dan down the street is a legend in Leicester,
Yeah.
he's not in Wikipedia.
And my question is, why didn't you research me before we talked?
I didn't even know you were researchable. And I actually don't research guests. I might research.
Always research guests,
No,
fam.
I might research.
Always. No.
I might
Every
research
time,
a
bro.
topic or thing.
Yeah.
If we're going to speak about something historical or something political, I might do some themes around that. Or maybe around something I might want to bring up.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know you were Googleable.
Did you? I don't know if did you find anything on my dad?
No, I didn't look up.
Okay,
again,
no, but
your dad's.
he's Googleable. And he actually might have a Wikipedia. I can't lie. No, he actually might have one.
I'll
innit?
double check that later. But you're
Yeah.
on the podcast, so.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but
actually,
he's
in speaking of your dad, I can't remember what we were talking about exactly.
he's got 3 books.
But we were talking outside, and
Yeah.
you said something about something, and you said, "Oh, your parents have been here for a long time." I can't remember what it was.
20 years, fam.
But they did something in it.
Yeah, they have a
And I was-
consultancy business.
Consultancy. That's what we were talking about.
Yep.
And they
Beyond
were
business.
consulting for big companies like what was it
MasterCard.
again? MasterCard. And I said that's cold. And
Big companies, you know,
company as well.
No, look, they consult for MasterCard, big banks like Rand Merchant Bank, IKEA. My dad recently, literally, just came back from a trip from Barcelona, working with IKEA, and he tells me this very nonchalantly, like, yeah, we're working with some of the CEOs and heads
what
of
country are
IKEA.
you from?
Zambia.
Zambia. Okay,
Shout out
where is
Zambia,
Zambia? Is that West African, isn't it? Is West Africa
Like south, more south, southeast.
more south? Okay.
So it's next to South. It's next to South
my
Africa and
geography
Zimbabwe.
ain't amazing.
Yeah.
But okay.
So like yeah, my dad and my mum set up a business called Beyond Business School, Beyond Business School Consulting, and it's a company that both of them are CEOs of. One in which both my sister and I were bought, and I help with, and yeah, it's a family business, and yeah, they've been working at it for 20 years or so, and now they're in a position where they do traveling around the world to go to some of these spots in the world and some of these companies and work with some of these big corporate organizations. You know what I'm saying?
But what started the debate between the two of us is that
Yeah.
I mentioned people can be in this country for 50 years.
Yeah.
Or be anywhere for 50 years.
Yeah.
And achieve nothing. You said, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Me, I don't care about fault in it. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the
Yeah.
fact that people can be somewhere and even trying and still achieve nothing. But your parents have managed to come up with a company. Whereas people can be in a country.
Multiple TV. It's not just one.
People can be in a country
Yeah.
for 20 years and not even have a house or not even have savings.
Yeah, but it depends. It depends. Just yeah, but it depends on a lot of things. Yeah. My dad came from nothing. Nothing. In some form, some would say.
Where did he actually come from? What's his story?
His dad was a head teacher.
Okay.
They didn't have much money. They're living in one of the villages of Zambia, Kasama. He was lucky enough to be one of the kids who managed to go and read, which again, reading is important. His dad was the one who told him, my granddad, said, hey, if you want to come into class, you need to learn how to read and whatnot. You can't come, you're too small. So he had that motivation from 2, 3, 4 years old, or 4 years old, somewhere there, to read. So if I read, I can get into these classes and do work and stuff like that. And he did that. The guy became an avid reader. Fortunately for him, he has a photographic memory. So anything he reads, that's pocketed. You know what I mean? You know that man that anything he reads is pocketed.
Okay.
The guy has references for stuff that he's read from 2035, however many years ago. That was his strength, intellect. Intellect is his strength, and he loved reading. He loved reading like the same way Messi played football. That's how much he loved reading. So he came from nothing and had his story, you know, was going to go and become a priest, but fortunately, you know, I'm here, so he didn't do that. You know, studied at university, studied, you know, philosophy, theology, and, you know, religious studies, and taught it at university in Zambia, had the opportunity to come to the UK at some point, and just continued leveling up. From nothing, though.
What's your mom's story?
Came from, I would say, a bit more than my dad, but not much. Not much at all. She grew up on a farm in Zambia with my grandparents. Comes from a very big family. She's the oldest of 15 children. 15. And yeah, she went to school. Sorry, mom. She went to school.
That's good. She went to school. That's good. She's doing better than your dad for starters, isn't she? She at least got there. She didn't have to make it.
Yeah. My dad, they both went to school and all of this, all of that. Both went to university.
What did your dad study?
My dad, I told you. RE studies, religious studies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm speaking quick, to be fair.
Okay.
But
what did your mum study?
Developmental studies.
All right.
Yeah. Like social developmental work.
Okay.
And through that, they both got to kind of travel a bit through the work they were doing. They were good individual entities before they got met, before they got married, before they made the Kalunga Band a name. And then when they came together, you know, history was being written. History was already being written then, but when they came together, history was really written. History was written when they got married because my dad decided that he wanted the marriage to be as equal as possible. He is a Kalungu. He is Martin Kalungu.
Okay.
My mum is Agnes.
So it's a double barrel.
My mum is Agnes Banda.
Oh, right.
Two come together, Kalunga Banda.
Okay.
I'd never been seen before or done before
In Zambia.
In Zambia, they were in the newspapers for doing that.
You being serious?
It's there, fam.
Okay.
It's there. They looked at him like he was a fool.
Really?
Yeah,
Take a
because
picture of this.
they looked at him like he was a fool because you gotta understand you're coming from an African country.
Yeah, it's got the man. Of the
Why
house.
would you take your wife's name? What's wrong with you?
So when your dad changed his name, wow.
He changed the game.
So
that's what he done. He changed the game.
Revolutionary. It had to be
It was kind of revolutionary. Like the reason I'm Kalungu Banda is because of that decision. Otherwise, I'd just be Neo Kalungu. I probably wouldn't even be me. I probably wouldn't even run the race.
Why did your mom? How did your mom take that when your dad?
She's probably happy. Think about it. If a woman is told,
no, but even a traditional African woman would be like, "What's all this? Why are you trying to do this different thing?"
He's different, but you also got to understand at the end of the day, my dad, yeah, and he's told this story a lot of times, so I can't be told fair in this business. He walked up to my mum. He saw my mum. The first moment he saw my mum was at some conference where she was speaking. Never met her before. But when he did go up to her, he went up to her hotel room later, knocked on the door, said, "Hey, I'm kind of seeing somebody right now, but I will leave them and marry you if you agree to marry me." That's what he said straight up. Okay. He knocked on her door, said, "Hey, I will literally marry you. I'm with someone, but I choose you." He said that. He's that type of guy.
What'd your mum say?
Shut the door on his face. Shut the door on his face, bro.
Like a romance
yeah. It's from a film, fam. Real. It's from a film. Shut the door on his face. Said, "You're crazy, bro. You're drunk." Boom. Gone. Had to go back to his hotel room. But he knew what he wanted. And he sought after and he got it. Got it.
So how did he eventually get her?
Obviously, that's their business and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know innit? I don't even know those details myself.
How did his actual woman at the time take that?
Gotta cut these scenes out, man. I don't know, bro. It's pain at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is life. Like, he saw what was meant for him. And I guess it's one of them moments when you know what you know. You see what you want. You know that's meant for you. Go, bro. He went. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of them things. It's painful. Life happen like that sometimes. And obviously, you know, we feel for those who do get hurt in those moments. We hope they end up happy. We hope they end up all right. But, bro, like, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Life is tough. That's the reality of it. It's tough. But, yeah, that's their story, man.
No, I get you. Fairs. But then, how'd they end up coming to the UK and why? Why Oxford even?
They started working for Oxfam.
Oh, okay. Do you know what?
Yeah, it's a developmental organisation. Yeah. Yeah, they started working for Oxfam. They got an opportunity there. And that's how it happened. And then from there, you know, you build friends, you build networks, you meet other Zambians here. We had the Zambians who were over there. They came over here. Some of these guys who I grew beside.
Were they the first Zambians in Oxford? Because I can't imagine there must be many.
Yeah, probably not. I can't remember. I don't know those details, but we had a good group of friends and family from over in Zambia, and they all came over here. And we just continued to grow together. You know what I'm saying? These people, I still know them. Their family, I love.
So would you say your parents consistently led? Your dad,
here and there, they sometimes, innit?
Or you can tell me when not, but your dad chose to do something unorthodox.
Yeah.
Shotgun surname. Your dad chose to seek out a woman. Unorthodox. Your parents went to Oxford and they dragged other Zambians.
Yeah.
Continuously
they're unorthodox.
leading.
Yeah, they did lead the way to a degree. They're leaders. They definitely are leaders.
Innovating kind of thing. So you said probably not in some ways. In what ways? Why would you say
not always, innit? Because, you know, you're not always the leader and so forth. But for majority of how I know movement happened, families moved, XYZ. Yeah.
Your parents kind of did their own thing.
They led they set the path. You know, when sometimes, like you're saying, people are living life and not doing nothing for 50 years. My parents are some of those people who make 20 years look like 50 years. It's a bar. That's a bar, bro. But yeah, real. They're just one of them people who they, through the grace of God, I say, knew when to move.
So cool. One thing then, you wanted to sort of argue against me, and you said if someone's in a place for 50 years and they achieve nothing, it's their fault.
their fault.
What do you mean by that?
Their fault. Bro, like, if you've got resources, and not everyone has resources, but if you have resources and you wanted to do something and you haven't done something in however long, 5, 10, 20, 50, 50 is a joke, bro. You've had 50 years of life and you could have done something. It's about mindset. And I get it. Some people are not exposed to certain things, which is why we're having this conversation, which is why you're trying to understand certain things as we're talking. But at the same time, bro, come on, move, G. Do you get what I'm saying? Just move. And it's because I have brethren and see brethren who talk about doing stuff for 4 or 5 years, G. Do it, G. Like, you know, it's not a joke thing. Like, if you don't do it, you don't do it. And no one's going to make you do it. No one's going to save you. Apart from God sending you 1,000 signs. But if you miss all signs, bro, you're finished. Bro, there's a story about a guy who was drowning. God sent him 3 boats.
Oh, yeah.
3. And he didn't get on them. Said, God, go, hey, me.
And then when he
Then he
died,
dead.
He died.
What happened? God said, what happened? I sent you 3 boats, bro. You had 3, G. They told you to start the business. You didn't start the business. Then you thought about the business because you saw a business plan, idea, whatever it is. Then somebody else started the business, saw it successful, this and that. You could still do it. You didn't do it. Bro, whose fault is that? That's your fault. Somebody else done it. We can't keep waiting on man, fam. Can't, G. You cannot keep waiting on it, fam. And I've been there, bruv. If you don't do it, you're dead. Dead. You know what I mean? Like, let's break it down to something as simple as weight, fam. If you want to stay fat, you will stay fat. I've been fat. Stayed there for a little bit. Good portion of time, to be fair, fam.
But don't you argue, even if it's something like, and typically when people give this advice, it's only simple things like,
weight is not a simple thing, G. Weight is not a simple thing. Let's be honest. Nah, I'll be honest.
No, when
weight is not a simple
when
thing.
When people give this kind of self like, just do it, just do
it.
It's always quite simple things. Or when people want to make the examples, it's always like sports. It's never anything.
No, but like it's simple.
Really complicated.
Then start simple, then, innit? Start simple, bruv.
How so? Like, if say for example, like this can't apply to somebody who wants to, I don't know, make a car company, for example. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, simple things in life, yeah, just go for it, just do it.
No, but even then, that's hard.
If you never did it, it's your fault. But that only ever applies to very simple things, don't you think?
Nah, bro, because you hear them stories. You should listen to, what is it? What book was I listening to? Some good audiobooks, innit? Like, there is some good audiobooks out there where you hear about some of these guys who have come from nowhere, done nothing, and they just became that. Do you get what I'm saying? They became that. You can become that. If you want to be that, you will become that, G. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to believe that. Simple as that, fam. If you want Magnus Opus to become one of the best podcasts in the world, you have to actually believe that.
Of course.
But if you don't, no, but whether do you actually believe that though?
I have the ambition, bro. I know what I want.
What do you want? What do you want for this show? Let's work. Let me work with you right now. What do you want for this show?
Do you know who Joe Rogan is?
Yes. You want that level?
Top of the podcast game.
Yeah.
For his first deal with Spotify. And he was already massive by then.
Yeah.
The first deal but Spotify came to him with a deal and his first deal got 100 mil. That was an exclusivity deal. The second deal wasn't an exclusivity deal because now he posts those 4 episodes onto YouTube, but with ads and ad free on Spotify. He got 250 mil for arguably giving them less. And that was the second deal.
Who gave him that? Spotify gave him that.
Spotify
gave him both deals.
250 mil.
Both
and
deals.
100 mil for the exclusivity.
So he gets both deals.
So the first deal, then that expired.
Okay,
so
that.
It was some sort of a contract or whatever.
So what do you want?
I want to surpass that level or reach that level.
Do you believe you can do that?
I believe anything's possible.
No, do you believe you can do that?
I believe it's plausible. It's within anyone's capabilities.
Do you believe you will do it?
I don't know if I will or will not. I want to.
Finish.
Nah, bro.
Finish.
You see, I look at life in reality. I'm going to tell you this.
No, we'll finish that.
I'm going to tell you what.
Go on.
Take, for example, somebody who wants to become like... Actually, I'll put it this way. Anyone can do anything, but everyone can't do it. Anyone could be a millionaire, but everyone at the same time can't be a millionaire. You understand what I'm saying? Anyone can be a footballer, maybe with enough hard work. You might not get to Ronaldo or Messi or Neymar, but you can be like a decent average Ashley Young or something. You're still getting millions, you're a footballer, innit? Anyone can do it, but at the same time, everybody can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? I think I'm capable of achieving that. doesn't mean I will, because I see it like somebody could be working half as hard as me and getting better results. Somebody could be working harder than me and getting no results. It's not, you can try, you can put in the work to do something. It might not necessarily work.
Why do you want to surpass that?
That's just my ambition, bro.
But why? What are you going to do with that?
What am I going to do with
You're
it?
200 mil, you're 500 mil. What are you going to do with that?
I don't know, bro. I'll figure that out then. But
You
that's
just
what
want
I
just want that.
That's what I
But
want.
why do you want that?
I just do, bro.
No, but you got to have a bigger why. You just want it. You just
Why?
want it. Why do you
I just
want
want
that?
it for the sake of wanting it.
What do you want to talk about on that level?
Talking with politicians like presidents, prime ministers, people that the guy that's gonna cure cancer. I'd be talking with these kind of people. I don't know. That's not why. But you're asking me what I'd talk about.
No. Why? I want to know why you want to surpass that level. Like, what is
That's
it?
That's the top game. That's number
You
one.
you want to be the best.
I want better than him. Yeah, sure, the best.
So you want to be the best.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, isn't it? If you
I
want to be the
don't,
best.
I don't know if I'd call
if-
that a why, but that's just
No,
the level I
that's
wanna be.
fair enough. If you want to be the best, you want to be the best. It's like me saying I want to be the best writer or like bestseller. That's fine. You want to be the best. So fair enough. I hear that. And I think you do need to internalize the fact that you will do it. One of my goals is to become a millionaire by 27.
But
And
bro,
wait, hold on.
If no, that's what I'm saying. Like
What?
everyone has those dreams, and there's a lot of men that actually try. Like they said, the first
Nah,
barrier,
let me tell you something.
Hold on, the first barrier to doing anything is trying. 100 people put their hand up and say, "I want to be a millionaire." In school, remember, who wants to be a
They
millionaire?
don't want
Put
to
your
be
hand up.
millionaires. They don't.
Would you kill a guy on an island for £1 million? Yeah, I'll stab him, I'll shoot him in it, I'll do whatever. But that's 100 man, yeah. Only 10 people will try it. Now, those 10 people that tried, they've already broken that first barrier of trying.
Yeah.
But now there's the barrier of actually doing it.
Yeah.
Do you think all 10 of those people will do that? No. Maybe one, maybe two. One if that one person's lucky.
I said lucky. It's
Lucky,
all
bro.
about motivation, G.
No, it's not all about
No,
motivation.
well,
That's
let
the
me-
first barrier, bro. Actually doing it is
let
the
me
first
tell you
barrier.
something.
Go on, tell me.
One of them kids
Right.
whose family needs that meal, their mother's dying.
Okay.
They're killing you
Right.
or killing whoever it is. Maybe a child, 4, 5, 6 years old, has been told, "Hey, by the way, if you go kill that person, you need about $1 million. You can get $1 million for that." You don't think the child's gonna do it? The child's thinking about the fact that my mum is gonna die. I don't care about you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go kill you.
I understand.
So they kill.
But how many people in a position in life?
But you see why?
Look at-
That's
look
why
at,
I say motivation.
Look at Luigi Mangione, right? Do you know who that is?
Nah, who's that?
Do you know the guy that killed the healthcare CEO in New York?
No.
Did you not hear about that?
No.
A CEO for a health insurance company in New York.
Yeah.
He got shot in the
In
head.
New York?
In New York, in America. You didn't hear Luigi Mangione?
No.
He got shot in the head. There are people in the world struggling, suffering, war, famine, locked down by medical bills, starvation, whatever. Don't you think they have the motivation to become successful, bro?
They definitely do. But
And
obviously
how
it's
many of
resources.
those people become something after
Yeah,
all that's said
obviously
and done?
it's few.
Few. So why isn't it? They've got the motivation, bro, and some of them might even have the resources. Okay, forget the guy that's only got motivation. Now you got somebody with motivation and resources. How many people with motivation and resources end up going to achieve? Is it 100%? 50%?
I don't know the numbers, innit?
But do you think 100% of people with
Of course they don't.
absolute? So what
We'd all
percent?
be successful. Otherwise, we'd all be successful.
Of exactly, bro. I don't think everyone can make it.
And that's because not everyone wants to.
But we just spoke about it, bro.
Nah, bro. The guy who wants it enough gonna do it, bro.
No, and that's where
No,
that's
bro.
why I always disagree, bro.
Why? Why?
Because-
I don't
Because
understand.
Do you know why? You said something earlier, right?
And some things are just not
This
meant.
book- this
some
book-
things are just not meant for others.
Okay, that's
So-
what you just said. Some things are just not meant.
Some things are not.
Because you said-
But if the individual who wants it, the Lukaku's of the world, the Manes, this and that, they wanted it. They went and got it. They ain't got no resources like David Beckham.
And David Beckham was working class. He was poor.
They ain't working middle class. G. Have you watched the documentary?
Yeah, I've watched documentary. His
did-
wife was rich. Dad used to drive Rolls Royce.
Let's
He
do,
was poor.
it's not about his. What do you mean his wife was rich?
In the documentary, he spoke about his wife.
Bro,
and
he
his
grew up
upbringing.
working class. G.
Yes,
He-
David Beckham didn't have resources. What do you mean?
Bro, he had access.
What do you mean
He had access to
So
parks,
Lukaku
to
had
football.
access.
Don't talk on Lukaku when you don't know about Lukaku.
Bro,
Don't
everyone has.
Don't talk on Lukaku.
Football-
Respectfully,
Listen, bro, listen.
respect Romelu.
Football-
No, hold on, respect.
Listen, bro.
Man said resources.
Listen,
do you know that,
bro?
the-
Let me answer your question.
Go on.
Football's not like polo. It's a commoner sport. You
Yeah.
can play football with this, bro. That's how common it is. But not everyone has
Man,
a horse
so is
and
that
a stick to play football. So
if
you're talking
Lukaku,
about resources, bro. The
yeah,
reason football is a sport that it is because even a waste man can kick a ball. They can if they can't kick a
How
ball,
are they a
they
waste
can
man
kick
then?
a cap, bro.
How are they a waste man?
Anyone can kick a ball. So you're talking about resources, bro. So long as you've got feet and you got something to kick. They talk about Dele Alli. He used to play football, not even in a pitch,
Yeah.
on the street with grown men, bigger and older than he
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Football is the lowest of the lowest sports for the poorest of the poor. That's what football is stereotypically. Poor kids from working class,
Yeah.
council estate, think, I'm going to make it through football. That's what football is.
Yeah.
So you can't say, oh, David Beckham. No. Football is an example of people making it and having nothing. Ronaldo used to sweep the floor. They used to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo went to the McDonald's at the back during closing time to get free food from this girl when he was poor. Now he's got 2 Bugattis, fam. Football is the common of the commonest sport, bro. So it's not about David Beckham or Lukaku. But what I'm saying is anybody can make it, but it's not destined for everyone to make it. Even if everyone put in maximum work, maximum effort.
Yeah, I
killed
agree.
themselves.
I can agree with that.
Bro, you can find somebody working 10 times harder than you that just won't achieve. Don't you think the guy
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
born in Congo, whose family's been captured to work in a bro, Donny has the motivation.
Yeah, but it's just all about your method as well, your formula. If you got the wrong formula, you're finished from the jump. You could work at this you could work long hours at this, but if your formula's off, bro. You gotta have a good formula.
But okay, and all right, cool, fair enough. But bringing it back to your parents, because that was what we said.
Yeah.
Somebody can be somewhere 50 years and have nothing, but your parents in 20 years are doing bits, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
They had the right formula.
What do you mean the right formula?
They worked out a good formula.
And what was that?
Different patterns, fam. Different networks, different methods of listening, different approaches, like all sorts. Like they worked out a good formula. That's all it is. Like it's the formula, bro. Work out a good formula.
But what? Okay, that's fine. That's
work
all
out
fine.
a good formula. Yeah,
That's what I'm fine about.
Yeah, work out a good formula. Because like at the end of the day, my dad is somebody who came from nothing to a degree. Nothing in some people's opinion, but others people, everyone will come from either super success or super nothing, according to what everyone thinks. That's just subjective opinion. Let's be honest. You can agree with that, right? Fortunately, he managed to work his way up to become a advisor to the president of Zambia.
Really?
President Manawasa. He worked as his like special advisor. And again, how he did it, he moved unorthodox. He just moved
By doing
unorthodox.
what?
He called him up one day.
You can call up the president of Zambia.
You can't. But he called up, their people, them. They hung him up like 3 times. Hello, I'm trying to speak to the president of Zambia. Hi, hold on, wait, ringing. End. I'm trying to speak to the president of Zambia. Hi, hold on, wait, we'll put you through. End. He tells it much better than me. Hi, I'm trying to speak to the president of Zambia. Hi, hold on, wait, ringing. Calls like maybe a 3rd or 4th time. Says, I've been waiting to speak to the president. Mr. Kalungabanda, this is the president. Then after that, the rest is history. Their man started working together. They worked together for however many years. And yeah, I think he just had ideas that he wanted to share with the president. That's it. And then they brought him in. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what happened, bro. Like, I can't speak too much on my dad's credentials to get him in that position at the time. Maybe he did have them. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. It's not stuff I can remember at this moment in time. But he just moved unorthodox. And he found himself in that seat. And that seat showed him a lot of the world. You just rubbing shoulders with the president, of a country. You seeing what's going down, bruv. You see power. You see what's happening. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of them things there, bruv. But he moved unorthodox. My dad is not a politician. No. But found himself in politics. Guy was going to become a priest. Was a lecturer at uni. He has lived some life. I can't even lie, bruv. But, hey, shout out dad, man.
So cool. Where do you want to take the Kalunga Banda name? Am I pronouncing it right? Kalunga Banda.
Should I even do it? I'm taking the Kalunga Banda name Worldwide, fam. Taking it worldwide. And it's not even too much about taking the Kalunga by the name, though. Where it's about adding value to the world. It's about adding value to people's lives. That's stuff my dad has taught me from a young age. He said, it's not about the money. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's actually about doing meaningful work. My book is based on Inspire because I care about inspiring people to help reach their own potential. I want to see other people succeed. My name is just a name. My name doesn't even matter, G. Realistically, who cares about the Kalunga band name? Who cares about names, G?
People care about that.
I know, but it's bigger than that, G. Like, yeah, I want to take the Kalunga band name, rare, but it's more so bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do good work on the highest level possible. Top 1%. You know what I'm saying? Top 1%. I do want to rub shoulders with the top 1%, whether it's the best musicians in the world, whether it's the best actors in the world, whether it's the best people in the world, presidents, leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in this game called life. And it's difficult, fam. Stuff we talked about, Wickman stuff, all this, all that. You know, as they say, you know, you do live in a very wicked world, per se. A lot of bad things. But, you know, me and you, we're men of God. We try to do good in the world. So I'm trying to do good on the highest level possible. And at this moment in time, as a 22-year-old, obviously it's, you know, mixed in with myself and how I'm going to see myself in the world. But I do have dreams of doing stuff and being stuff and becoming stuff. And of course, I know where I'm destined to go. I know where I'm going. I know where God is guiding me while I'm obviously paying attention whenever and wherever I can. But bro, the Kalunga Banda name will become a worldwide name. It will be it's going to be big, and like stuff we even do as a family or stuff we try and think about, try and do, try and build, try and think about. It's all for the greater good, one, of, you know, our people, Zambia. Always help your people first and foremost, in my opinion. And two, the world. But, you know, you can't conquer the world like that. You can't eat an elephant. Just eat it in bits. But yeah, like, bro, I'm taking it there, innit? I'm taking it there. I'm not relying on no one. I'm not relying on my siblings. I'm not relying on my parents. I'm not relying on my brethren. I'm relying on me to do what I need to do to get me and my family to where we need to be and where I want us to be. And after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you definitely can do your best to continue to help the world. And in that, you help the world itself. But I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to take my family's name to become in top 1%. All that. That don't matter, bro. Like, I genuinely don't even care about stuff like that. I don't even care about... I say, look, one of my goals is to become a millionaire by 27. I know I'm going to do it. But that don't mean that. That's just a goal. That genuinely don't mean nothing to me. And I know I can do it. You can genuinely do a lot in this life and do what you want and stuff like that. But that don't mean nothing to me. It's just a benchmark to see how far I'm moving, how well I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can slow down in life. Like you said, you know, I've got, you know, just under 5 years to make that goal a reality of mine. It can happen by 27, but at the same time, it can happen tomorrow. I could win the lottery. Or I could just do it in a quicker time by the time I'm 25, 26. God willingly. Please, God. Let that happen. But at the end of the day, like, life is just an ever-going thing. But it's too much of a difficult thing to just say you want to take the Kalunga Banda name wherever. Like, I'm also 22 and I have goals of financial, personal, this and that. But at the end of the day, I just want us to be recognized as a family who have done good, great, legendary, impactful work in this world. Long story short, I've given you the waffle. You can take what you want with that one. Yeah.
You got a dinner at 7, right?
Yeah, what's the time?
It's about 6:15 now.
Oh, we're patterned.
So
I do need to get him a shower, but I'm good there.
I'll say if we chop around 15 minutes, you mentioned you wanted to speak about relationships or something.
I could allow relationships, to be fair.
Really?
I don't mind if you. I don't.
What did you want to?
When is this gonna come out?
Huh?
When is this coming out?
Come out in 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, bunda. No, I can't.
What's going on that's getting you scared? What if it came out next week?
I just came out of a relationship, innit?
Really?
Yeah.
So what's got you rattled?
Just came out of it. that's the reality, innit?
You walked
Man
out,
just came
you
out
were
of it.
kicked out, you kicked someone out. What happened?
Nah, I just left my relationship with my ex because it was time, you know.
What do you mean it was time?
It was time, fam.
What
You
do
know
you
what I'm
mean it was
saying?
time?
It was time. I
That's
just
one of
knew it
those
was time.
generic things that people say.
Don't do it, bro. Can't do it, bro.
Talk.
Man said 2 weeks. It's coming out in 2 weeks.
Talk. What happened?
We were toxic.
Really? You were a toxic person, or
We had a toxic relationship.
How so?
I can't get too into it, and I'm not gonna get too into it.
Okay.
But it was just toxicity in there that needed a lot of cleaning up.
All right.
I still have love for her. I still love her.
One
I
thing
still want her. Bro, what?
One thing
I
I've-
still want my ex.
One thing
You
I've-
mad? I want my ex.
one thing I've heard about successful people is that they don't come in with not necessarily like you take for example every rich wealthy couple. I'm not talking celebrities. I'm talking like people that have successful businesses, successful families. You have a husband and wife that are on the same page, kind of thing, with a level of maturity in which you say you want to grow this business, say you want to do this thing. They don't come in and fight. They kind of come in together like yin and yang. Or even if they don't get along, they come in with a growth mindset together. And it's actually one thing that my parents always mention to me when they're speaking about certain people that own properties, like, look what you can do when you have two people coming and bringing something.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, say, you're paddling on a boat and they're paddling the other way. Or kind of message, you know what I'm saying? So, obviously, it goes without saying a toxic relationship's not going to help anyone further their life.
It's not, no.
Kind of thing. So, what would you have to say about that?
Yeah, a toxic relationship isn't gonna help anyone, and you do need to fix those
Or
things.
not even just toxic, to be in any relationship, there's...
Where there's not, and everyone likes to use toxic. Yeah, I hear it at the same time, and I say there was toxicity in my relationship, which is why I had to leave, and I had to leave essentially and stuff. But at the same time, like, love is still love, and I'll have so much love for my ex. I have so much love for my ex's family. I met them, we met them. We were in deep into our relationship at the end of the day, and we were really planning future life, everything together. And for me, I always said, nah, like, your end game for me, innit? First relationship, to be fair, but I knew what I want, and I still know what I want at this moment in time, per se.
What is that?
I want to marry my ex, bro.
So your heart's struck.
Huh?
Your heart, like, heartbroken.
Oh yeah, I'm going through it, fam.
Is that something... Heartbreak, I think, is one of the many things in life that can hit you.
Yeah,
Especially when you're...
I'm going through it, fam. Yeah, bro, what?
Would that knock you off your pivot, like your equilibrium?
Yes, it has.
How long would that last for? Do you think?
I have no idea,
Is
fam.
one able to move on from heartbreak?
Of course, but some people kill themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people kill themselves. So it's like, what do you do in it? Like, I've done my best to just try and stay healthy, try and stay in the gym, try and stay around friends, try and stay spiritually aligned. It's not easy, fam. This stuff is not a joke, fam. I don't push it upon no one, but at the same time, there's a lot of growth involved in it. It's pain, though.
You wanted to talk about the gym. What did you want to say?
Let's talk about gym, fam. How's your gym journey going?
Mine, honestly.
But I do love. Hey, I miss my ex. I want my ex back, and she knows. I just want her to know that she knows, innit? She needs to know, innit? She needs to know. Her family needs to know as well. I miss my ex, bro, and they know who she. They
Might
know.
have to cut this bit out there. Family don't need to. I'm joking.
Nah, but real though, you don't even know how my thing is difficult, bro. My thing difficult, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay. All right, cool.
Shout out my ex.
Gym.
How's your gym journey going? I've seen you doing your thing, bro.
I wouldn't even say that. Honestly, I think with me, I've got enough motivation. I just like, in all aspects of my life, I have more than enough motivation. What I like is discipline. I'm mostly going to improve my health. You know what I'm saying? You see enough about like heart attacks and obesity and this and that. I'm just going to be healthy, but I kind of go inconsistently, to be fair. But I see like I'm getting stronger. I'm not getting much faster, but I can run a little bit more than I used to be.
Yeah.
I used to bang football a lot. I'm trying to get back into that.
Yeah, well, you play at a good level. You play at a good level, yeah?
Nah, just recreationally, bro.
Okay.
Just with the guys in it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what I want to get into is that running.
Yeah.
My friend, he went to Canada for a year abroad. year in university in Canada. I don't know what happened or what happened, but in fact, the life story that he grew up off of is he always told me. So he studies criminology right now,
Yeah.
and he's graduating this year.
Yeah.
And he said in his background, he grew up in North London, Luton kind of thing. I think he said where he grew up is like people only knew how to live a certain kind of way. So him coming to uni was like him trying to get out of his comfort zone and experience something different to what he might have grown up with, and to show people there's a different way to live your life, kind of thing. Kind of like gang related, street kind of thing, innit? So he's going to uni. So he studied criminology. That fascinates him, why people commit crimes and that kind of thing. He's taken a year abroad to Canada, and whilst there's always been something in him, in his mentality, the way he thinks, the way he wants to live his life, and his motivations. That's always been there. But as he's gone to Canada, something in him has changed. He's seen different things. He told me one of his dreams was to spend New Year's in New York, Times Square or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ended up doing that, but I know he ended up going to New York. And then to cut the long story short is, while in Canada, he had like a somewhat of a transformation.
Okay.
Life, fitness,
Yeah.
mentality, met different kind of people that he wouldn't have met in his area growing up, in his uni. Because, in this uni, you get a lot of London man, especially in the Midlands, a lot of London man with a certain mentality. You go uni and you see kind of the goose guy standing around trying to look hard, trying to look gangster. You know that kind of person, right? So it's like, but he's gone abroad and he's seen a different way of life. He's went to America a few times because he's in Canada, and he's just seen something that has changed him. And one of the big changes that he had was he started running, and he got to the point where he's running 5Ks, and that's what I'm trying to get in terms of the gym. I want to be able to run long distance, well, not like a marathon, but I want to get my fitness to the point I'm running 5K mentally, like I feel good about myself. But I'm all right in it. I'm not unhealthy. I'm just kind of floating around average, and I'm trying to improve in that way.
So your goal is to get your running up. Do you care about changing your body?
Not particularly.
Really, you don't care?
Not like
You
I'm
don't
not
want-
doing
like,
it
you don't
for.
care about
I'm not doing it
abs,
for
you
like
don't care about
appearance.
chest?
Not really, no.
Is it?
Obviously, as you work out, as you like condition yourself,
Yeah.
that will change. But my goal is not to really.
That's not your
have
goal,
all
yeah.
that. My goal is my fitness, and
Yeah.
if I can be like a runner,
That's interesting, man.
that's where my motivation lies.
My motivation is more so in like aesthetic. Like I care about looking good.
No, I hear you.
Chest.
But that
all
will
of
come
that.
at the end of the day if you're going to.
No, it can't though. Because you can be a runner that's slim, or you can be a runner that you can run a 5K.
You're looking
you can
for
run
you're
can
looking for
run
a
5K.
particular kind of look.
Yeah.
But you'll look good regardless.
Nah, you won't.
You'll lose. However, like you're looking for a particular kind of look, not necessarily to look good. That look that you're looking for, you think that looks good, but you might not like Mo Farah's build.
Yeah. For example,
you might
innit?
not like a footballer ain't got like big arms,
but he footballer though.
but a footballer, Vinny Jr. with his shirt off probably looks better than you. And he's not a bodybuilder.
Definitely. But that's also no. But Vinny Jr. also does stuff in the gym.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But he's not trying to be a bodybuilder. He's not.
No, yeah, of course. But like, I feel like when you go gym, what are you doing? Like,
It's part of fitness.
What are you doing in the gym?
Could be treadmills, weightlift, cardio.
Right.
But or boxing bag, to be fair.
But it's mainly for your fitness, right?
You mean like weightlifting, weight training?
Whatever you do in the gym, you do it for your fitness.
Right. Yeah.
Like do you do like your sets and reps?
Are you talking me personally?
Yeah. So then, what's the reason why you? What's the reason why you weight train different parts of your body then?
It was just part of working out. It's part of your fitness.
Right.
It's all part of it. But I'm not like weight training to become a bodybuilder or to.
No, it's not about being
build back on arms and have a V taper or X taper. But you whether or not you can do that for that reason, or you can just do it as part of your fitness. But Vinny Jr. does. LeBron James does it, but
it's because
it looks good. But it's not.
No, but it's not. He's not doing it for It's a bit of both. Too.
But that will be the outcome of working.
Cristiano
working
does
out.
it on a bit of both, and
a bit of both.
He does a bit of both.
But any footballer that when you're dieting, losing weight, running, gym, that's all part of it.
Yeah,
it's all part of it.
I think just knowing your motivation and whether you're motivated to lose weight. Do you want to lose weight?
I'm not even that heavy, to be honest.
How much?
I want to gain a bit more muscle mass.
How much do you weigh?
I think I'm about just under 80.
Is it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Just under
I'm
80.
same.
Yeah. I don't know. I jumped on a scale. I had some clothes on though, so I was just under 80 apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it was
Body
eight,
types are so
it was
different.
80.2 or something. But that was with
That's
like
not bad. That's not
couple
bad.
shirt on and shoes. So maybe I'm 79 maybe.
That's yeah. That's not bad in my opinion, isn't it? In my opinion.
But I'm trying to gain more muscle weight. Maybe lose a bit of body fat.
Fat,
But it's
yeah.
not. I don't really. I'm not that fat, to be honest. I'm just an average build person, kind of person. Do you get me? But
Has anyone called you fat?
maybe one or two.
Do you care?
Not really.
So if I had to call you fat, you wouldn't care.
Not really. No.
Yeah, I hear it.
Has anyone called you fat?
Yeah, I was
I've
fat.
been called fat.
I
Skinny.
was fat.
I've never. Maybe as a kid growing up, like I've been fat, but as a kid growing up, innit? I'm an
Yeah,
adult now. I can't say I'm fat. I'm just average.
I was fat.
I've got a little bit of fat, but I'm
You
not-
don't feel like you're
you know what I'm
fat.
saying? No, I'm not a fat person. I'm not large. I'm not overweight. I'm not obese. On the BMI scale, I'm chilling. I'm good.
Yeah. Like regarding like your actual weight and thing, it's actually true. Actually,
I might not look super attractive, but who cares? Like, I'm not. I don't care.
yeah.
Part of this whole success thing is self-confidence, innit?
Yeah.
And I'm going gym for myself, innit? You feel me?
Yeah,
As part of my
That's why
fitness.
you should go gym. That's why you should go gym.
But why do you go, innit? You said you're looking for a particular... So you might watch...
I was
do you know,
fat.
Do you know who Chris
do you
Bumstead
do you know how
is?
fat I was, bro?
How fat were you?
Just go on my Instagram right now, please. It'll take 2 minutes. So I saw my pinned. Show it to the camera as well, please. Or at least
I'll,
get
I'll
it up.
slap,
You
I'll
just-
slap an edit when I'm...
Like actually pre how fat I was, bro.
Neo. How far back am I? Or is it this one?
It's there.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Bro, this is a weird question, innit?
Eh.
Do you know when I used to see you working out and stuff?
Yeah.
I used No, when
I
you used
did
to
hear
post like certain...
Oh, stuff when you saw my belly. But you see
Yeah.
how big my belly was?
Yeah.
You see how big my neck was?
Yeah.
You see how big
when was
everything
this?
was? 2023 summer.
So you're saying last year?
2023 summer. Close to like 2 years.
Oh, we just touched 2025.
Yeah,
I
but-
forget that wasn't even last year. So when was this taken?
2021.
So you gained weight. Why did you gain? Because you look in this like how you look now.
Nah, I look better now, let's be honest.
Yeah, but you look closer to how you look
Yeah,
now than
yeah,
you did to
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
what?
it
How
is.
did you gain that weight?
Gradually, COVID, 2021, uni, I was running bears. I cut down to like 74 kilos. But then 2022, from like the summer onwards, class.
What happened?
Gradually, it was mainly going to America, I can't lie. Going to America, that's what done it. Because before
Oh, the year
America,
abroad.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went to the States, fam. And the States is a place where, yeah, you have a lot of access to gym, basketball, this and that. A lot more access to, like, being able to build yourself, but a lot more access to a lot of bull crap, too. Slacked.
So
Ate bad, fam. Didn't
So-
work out. And I never understood what it means to work out, I'll be honest. I ran a little, did a bit of fitness, but I never knew what it meant to gym.
it wasn't
gym.
regular.
Nah,
It's
gym
not
is
even- it's not even
it's
gym.
different.
Gym's irrelevant. Gym's a way of doing something. It's a method. But if you
I
run
slacked off,
consistently,
yeah, simple
if
as
you
that, I
play
slacked.
basketball enough, like you'll be calm.
I slacked off. Simple as that. Yeah, I slacked off. That's all really badly. And it's because I just didn't care.
So how did you lose it then? Was it strict? Was there a way you lose it, or did you just lose it as you went back?
Me and 3 other guys went to work for 60 days.
60
Champ, Sean, Gwyn. Shout out the guys. Champ was the one I've talked about. Champ, I think. I don't know if maybe I haven't mentioned Champ, but Champ is one of my closest boys growing up. Our families knew each other before we was born. This and that. That's my guy. He's a creative as well. You know, he models and stuff like that. Does visual art and stuff. He helps me with like my content and so forth. And his idea was do a challenge, lose weight. You know, a lot of people can't do it. It fits in well with your branding. You know, you like to inspire people. If you are somebody who's lost weight, you can do it. This was started in April 2023. I took the mick, fam. I put on more weight and just kept messing about. And until April, May, June, June, July, August. So end of June was where like I just put myself in trouble, fam, which is why I was looking like that. 98.5 kilo. I'm in England at this point. I'd already done the mess in America, and I was meant to be retracting, but I took the mick. Champ come up to my house. No, Champ texted me one day saying, "All right, let's go for a jog." We went jog it. Let's go for a jog. I told him, be careful in it, man. Man's 98 kilo. Man don't want to get injured and thing. Because that's a fat man's mentality, isn't it? You talk like an idiot when you're fat. Respectfully, like you
That's
actually.
truthful, innit?
You're 98.5 kilos. Wait, what's truthful?
Yeah, 98.5 kilos, you don't want to get injured, kind of thing. It could be too much, to be fair.
They say that, but gee, I'm 22 at the same time, bro. Like, if forced, I could probably outrun a lion at 98.5 kilos. If forced.
Nah.
Yes, I could, bro.
Nah.
If it's me or them, at least for me. Anyway. I'm just saying, I had a fat person's mentality. And a fat person's mentality is, I can't do it. It's hard. All this, all that. It's actually a fat person's brain, isn't it? That's fat people brain. That's actually how fat people kind of think. They just can't do it. And it's a mentality thing. It's not about the weight. Because I've seen, there's people out there who purposely
who have done it, yeah. I get your point.
And it's a mentality. Some people have got fat. And because they don't have a fat person's brain, they can lose it. But when you have a fat person's brain and you've internalized the fact that you are fat and you're helpless and you can't do nothing, you're finished. Because it's just too difficult to help you at that point. You can't help yourself and no one can help you because you don't want to help yourself. So I, said, yo, be careful. I won't get injured. But fortunately, I still had that level of dog in me where I went to his yard. He put on a motivational video on the screen, made me bang 100 press-ups, gave me a speech about how me and my brethren, who at the time was on BS as well, needed to step the hell up. Because the night before that, me and our brethren were in the car. I was eating KFC when I should have been doing my fitness. My brethren was also doing his BS with what we was doing. And he just looked at us and said, this is why we're not going to make it, bruv. Because you man are just not serious. And we didn't really internalize what he was saying until that day when we had that conversation, me and him in his yard. And he's banging a Kobe video on the screen. And then we're there working. 100 press-ups. I could barely do them to a degree because 100 press-ups, 98.5 kilos. And pretty much just under 100 kilos. And it's rough. But we did it. We did a jog. He made me do more work. Everything. And it was rough. It was rough. Yeah, it was rough. But gradually you improve. Gradually, my other boy, Sean, jumped on it. Sean was actually there on day one. We did a 60-day boot camp, essentially. And we did hill sprints. Sean joined us, filmed a bit of content and so forth. You can see some of that sometime later this year, but I won't speak on that too much.
And then lost it, basically, yeah.
Huh?
You started to lose it, yeah.
Yeah, started to lose it. Gwyn came in at some point. And, 3 of my closest friends, 3 of my bestest friends to a degree, literally just came in and helped me get right. And we got right, fam. Lost 15 kilos in 60 days, which is quick. It's quick, probably quicker than most are going to be able to do it. And it's a lot of weight very fast. But, yeah, we just flip and mash work, bro.
All right.
We mashed work. Yeah, I appreciate it. We mash work. And 15 kilos off your back is like lifting a heavy weight off your back. I felt like a new man, fam. I started walking different, talking different, stepping different, moving different, being in a club, being different. It's different when you actually go through a physical transformation, isn't it? So shout out to guys, innit? And right now I'm currently in my second transformation. I flopped for a bit of time, innit? Obviously went even back up to some of the weight I even went up to, but I had to keep that on osh. When you gain weight again, you can't tell people that you gain weight. You just gotta come back down and do your thing. To a degree, because it's like you post about it, oh, you done it, but then it's like, oh, but you went back. What's wrong with you? But then at the same time, like some people won't be.
One's gonna cycle, innit? It's not.
You can't keep up the facade, innit?
It's not.
You can't keep up the facade.
It's being natural, innit?
It's yeah.
We
go up and down.
80, 79, 81, 82, 78.
Yeah. I was in America for a bit of time last year. I went up straight away again because I was just enjoying life, and just being there sometimes leads to that. But then I learned how to start learning how to control it a bit more. Sometimes I go on like a fast. I mean like no food, innit?